Eclipse Despair, a symphony of horror. In the remote town of Ravenshade, nestled deep within a dense forest, an ancient mansion stood as a monument to forgotten secrets. The mansion, known as the Desolate Manor, had long been abandoned, its halls echoing with the ghostly remnants of a tragedy lost to time. Rumors of a cursed artifact hidden within the mansion had attracted the attention of Eleanor Blackwood, a renowned archaeologist with a penchant for uncovering the occult. Drawn by the allure of the mysterious artifact and tales of a haunted past, Eleanor assembled a team of specialists to embark on a perilous journey into the heart of Ravenshade. As the team ventured into the dilapidated mansion, they were enveloped in an eerie silence. Shadows danced in the dimly lit corridors, and the air felt heavy with the weight of unseen eyes. Eleanor, undeterred by the ominous atmosphere, led her team deeper into the mansion, guided by ancient texts hinting at a celestial connection between the artifact and an impending solar eclipse. As the celestial event unfolded, casting an ethereal glow over Ravenshade, the mansion's secrets began to unravel. The artifact, a relic known as the Eclipse Amulet, held the power to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. Its malevolent influence awakened the spirits of a family that had met a tragic end centuries ago, creating a symphony of horror that resonated through the haunted halls. Each member of Eleanor's team found themselves entangled in spectral visions and nightmares. The mansion itself seemed to morph into a twisted labyrinth, with rooms shifting and warping in response to the deep-seated fears of its trespassers. The Eclipse Amulet, acting as a conductor, orchestrated a haunting symphony of despair that echoed through the ages. As Eleanor delved deeper into the mansion's history, she uncovered the tragic tale of the Blackthorn family, whose greed and dark rituals had cursed the estate. The family's patriarch, Victor Blackthorn, had sought immortality through forbidden means, leading to a catastrophic event that left the mansion tainted by despair. In a climactic confrontation, Eleanor and her team faced the vengeful spirits of the Blackthorn family, each manifestation a haunting melody of sorrow and regret. The Eclipse Amulet, a conduit for the supernatural, demanded a sacrifice to break the cycle of despair. As the last notes of the symphony resonated through the mansion, Eleanor made a harrowing choice, breaking the curse that bound the Blackthorn family to their tragic fate. The Eclipse Amulet crumbled into dust, and Ravenshade, once cloaked in darkness, saw the first rays of a new dawn. The team, forever changed by their ordeal, emerged from the desolate manor, leaving behind the echoes of a symphony that would haunt their memories. The town of Ravenshade, no longer trapped in the clutches of despair, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living against the shadows of the past. Cryptic Asylum, a symphony of horror. In the isolated mountains of Grimhaven, an ancient asylum known as the Whispering Pine Sanatorium stood as a silent witness to centuries of suffering. Its crumbling walls whispered tales of madness, experimentation, and the tortured souls who once called it home. Dr. Sebastian Evergreen, a renowned psychiatrist with a fascination for the macabre, received an anonymous letter detailing an undiscovered wing within the sanatorium, rumored to hold forbidden knowledge and an unspeakable power. Intrigued by the prospect of unraveling the asylum's mysteries, Dr. Evergreen embarked on a journey with a team of investigators, each harboring their own dark secrets. As they entered the decaying sanatorium, the air thickened with the unsettling energy of forgotten nightmares. The group navigated through dimly lit corridors adorned with rusted iron bars and flickering lights. Echoes of distant footsteps and phantom laughter danced around them, heightening the sense of foreboding. Deep within the asylum, the team uncovered an ancient manuscript detailing a malevolent entity known as the Maestro of Shadows. The entity had been imprisoned within the asylum by a group of occultists centuries ago, its influence seeping into the minds of the vulnerable. The symphony of horror that ensued was orchestrated by the Maestro, using the asylum as its macabre stage. As the investigators delved further, the asylum transformed into a nightmarish theater, each room presenting a new act in the haunting symphony. The Maestro manipulated the environment, distorting reality and tormenting the team with their darkest fears. Cryptic notes and haunting melodies guided them through the labyrinthine structure, revealing the tragic stories of the tormented souls who had succumbed to the maestro's influence. In a chilling climax, the investigators reached the heart of the asylum, a chamber where the maestro's presence was palpable. The entity materialized, a spectral conductor commanding a symphony of madness. Driven by a relentless desire for freedom, the maestro sought to break the boundaries between the living and the dead. The investigators faced a harrowing choice: succumb to the maestro's influence and become part of its eternal symphony, or confront their deepest fears to banish the entity back into the shadows. In a crescendo of terror, the team engaged in a psychological battle, using their own vulnerabilities as weapons against the malevolent maestro. As the final notes reverberated through the asylum, the investigators emerged into the cold moonlit night, the once cursed sanatorium now silent and abandoned. The echoes of the symphony faded, leaving behind a sense of eerie tranquility. Dr. Evergreen, forever changed by the experience, vowed to keep the secrets of the Whispering Pines Sanatorium buried in the depths of the mountains, a haunting melody that would linger in the annals of horror. The Silent Scream, a symphony of horror. In the quaint town of Ravenscroft, nestled between ancient woods and mist-shrouded hills, an old opera house stood in silence for decades. It was once the jewel of the town, renowned for its grand performances and illustrious history. However, after a mysterious fire claimed the lives of the entire cast during a fateful opera night, the building became a place of eerie whispers and ghostly legends. Years later, renowned conductor Victor Harrow, driven by a passion for reviving forgotten masterpieces, decides to restore the opera house to its former glory. Ignoring the ominous warnings from locals, he assembles a talented group of musicians and performers to stage a hauntingly beautiful opera titled The Silent Scream. As rehearsals begin, the opera house seems to come alive with an otherworldly energy. Unseen hands play phantom notes on the grand piano, and chilling whispers echo through the empty halls. The performers start experiencing vivid nightmares, each one haunted by a silent scream that reverberates through their subconscious. On the opening night, as the audience eagerly takes their seats, the atmosphere within the opera house becomes increasingly charged with an unspoken terror. As the first notes of the haunting symphony fill the air, the boundary between fiction and reality blurs. The performers find themselves enacting scenes not from the script, but from the tragic events of that long-ago night. The silent screams of the past merge with the present, and the opera house transforms into a spectral stage where the lines between life and death, performance and reality, become indistinguishable. Shadows dance in the orchestra pit, and ghostly apparitions materialize in the audience, silently screaming in perpetual agony. Victor Harrow, desperate to complete the performance, realizes that the opera itself is a cursed masterpiece, a symphony of horror that demands a sacrifice to satiate its spectral hunger. The performers, trapped in a macabre dance, struggle to break free from the sinister melody that entwines their fates with the haunted history of the opera house. In a climactic crescendo, the boundaries of time and space collapse, and the opera house becomes a nexus between the living and the dead. The silent screams reach a deafening pitch as the performers confront the ghosts of the past, unraveling the mystery of that fateful night and breaking the curse that binds them to the haunted stage. As the final notes of the symphony echo into the darkness, the opera house falls into a haunting silence once again. The spirits find peace, and the cursed opera, forever known as The Silent Scream, becomes a cautionary tale whispered through the ages, a story of passion, tragedy, and the price one pays when unlocking the secrets of the spectral symphony.